you come over and do all this for me? So, all the dishes.
Oscar-winning stunner Gwyneth Paltrow's doing the cooking.
The smell is amazing.
Oh, and I am lucky to do the tasting.
They're good, right?
They're so delicious. Gwyneth's showing off 3 kid-friendly comfort food meals.
So good for an after-school snack.
And it's going to bring your family to the table.
Sorry, talking with my mouth full.
Some of that for our first guest. I'm starting out in the kitchen today, but I'm not going to be doing the cooking. A good friend of ours is stopping by. She is a New York Times best-selling author, and she has a brand new cookbook. Please welcome back to our show our good friend, Gwyneth Paltrow. So we can talk about the concept of the book before we get over and do the cooking. Lovely to see you.
So nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited about this book in so many ways. But I have to say, as I told you backstage, your mom just came by for the first time ever. And she brought these cookies.
Oh, those are really good.
And by the by, those cookies are in the last cookbook that Gwyneth wrote, My Father's Daughter. And they are like barley flour, all nuts, and a little bit of a dot of jam. They taste like Linzer tart or Linzer cookies. They're so delicious. And they're super healthy, yeah?
They're very healthy. You can give them to your kids for breakfast. They you know, it's all very healthy food.
And I even got it approved for my dog. So Isabel can have some for me too. I'm going to make them for this weekend. So while we're talking about the new book, I just wanted to give a shout out to the old book because it's really good too. So you might just want to pick up both if you don't have either yet. The new book, I love so many things about it. It's great. But I describe it to my friends, and I was talking to my husband on the phone. He's out of town with his band, and I said, I'm so excited Gwyneth's coming because she's doing this book. It's like, it's clean comfort food.
Exactly.
The title is brilliant too. It's all good. So clever. So is that how you would sort of describe it? Is that appropriate?
Yeah, I mean, basically, you know, we're sort of all in this moving towards wellness. It's something we're talking about a lot, and our doctors are all saying, you know, clean up your diet, eat less preservatives, and eat, you know, whole foods. And so this book, you know, the impetus for this book was I had some health issues happening, like, you know, various things, and at the same time my son had really bad eczema, and it turns out he was allergic to gluten.
Wow.
And so I really wanted to create like a little encyclopedia of stuff, like as a busy mom that I can go to, and like really delicious comfort food that they, you know, he doesn't think, oh, there's no gluten in these meatballs. You know what I mean? He's just like loving his meatballs. And you know, that was really the impetus. Like, how can you make food that's easy to make, really family friendly, but is just that little bit healthier?
And you know, but I mean, the book starts out in a pretty scary way, talking about, you know, the panic attack. You thought you were having a stroke. So a lot of this, we forget the old saying, you are what you eat.
Right.
And that's very, very true.
And, you know, I noticed because when I went through this bit of a health thing and I had really low vitamin D, I was anemic, my hormones were all off, my stress hormone was really high, and the doctor said to me, look, for 3 weeks, don't have any coffee, don't have alcohol, sugar, processed foods, don't have dairy, wheat, meat. I was like, what the heck am I going to eat? But so I set out, you know, this book is a lot wider than that. There aren't all those restrictions, but I set out to, you know, make the recipes that would go with it. And I tell you, by the end of the 3 weeks, I felt amazing. Like, I had so much energy. I had corrected my blood work. I lost 5 pounds. I was like, this is great.
But I want to keep bringing it back to the whole comfort food thing, because in here, there are fish fingers, there's a fajita, there's tuna salad, you know, there's fun Mexican food and tacos, waffles, you know, the turkey meatballs, chili. It really is great food that everybody will love.
Yeah.
And I also love, well, there's a couple of little pages I want to show people. First of all, we've talked about this before, but I write all of my books, everything for the daytime show, every plan for everything, in these little stupid notebooks. Not very techy. So I love this page. This is the book in progress before it became this. Yes. It was this.
And my daughter decided to write on that, to cover of that one.
I love that. It's fantastic. But showing you that it's a real family project. We were saying that. Get your kids into the kitchen with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so important.
They love it.
Yeah. And especially if you have picky eaters.
Yeah.
It fixes that whole thing.
It's true.
Now, another thing I think that's brilliant about this book and makes it really easy to use is that there's a weekly menu planner, and we're going to be cooking today from the family-friendly week. But there's also a vegan week, just great, healthy, everyday eating. I love that this sort of gives you a guideline of what it is you're trying to accomplish with food. A detox week, a bodybuilder week. I love that. It's very clever.
It's fun. You know, I think it's nice for me anyway. You know, I find like when the guesswork is taken out of something, and you know, we're all like busy and trying to do so much. So if you can just follow a plan, it makes it easier.
And we were chatting a little bit about this backstage too. I think people have the wrong idea that to eat clean or to eat healthfully, that it requires a lot of money behind that.
Yeah, I don't think that's true at all. I mean, I think it's really about just fresh ingredients. And, you know, we were talking about going to farmers markets, and which are much more affordable, and you get all the beautiful produce. And I take my kids all the time to farmers markets, and we buy stuff. And, you know, like, for example, what the fajitas that I'm going to make later, that's $2 a person. You know, it's really...
I want to know, what are the family faves so far in this book?
Gosh,
you said meatballs, right? Your son loves the meatballs.
My son loves the meatballs. I did 2 different meatballs for him because he loves meatballs. So one is a turkey meatball that has no breadcrumbs or egg or even cheese in it. I just, in the food processor, whiz up arugula, garlic, onion, fennel, and then make delicious meatballs. And I also do a Japanese chicken meatball for him that's ginger and soy, and I put them, he loves anything on a stick.
Anything on a stick? Anything you can dip or on a stick?
Yes, my whole kids chapter is like dipping, assembling, and on a stick, yeah.
Because moms are always asking me all the time, too, and writing into the show, you know, do more gluten-free or my child, because it's their kids' issue. So
Absolutely.
A lot of moms really need these.
A lot of moms. And, you know, that's something that I've been really hearing at my book signings and in feedback on Twitter. People are saying thank you so much for the gluten-free aspect. And it's great because I have a whole dessert section that's gluten-free. And so, you know, I make my son a big chocolate cake, and he has no idea that there's no gluten in it. So it's terrific.
It's so great. I love it. So what we're going to do today is from the family-friendly week, we're going to do Monday.
Okay.
Right? So we're going to do the, oh my God, I'm so insane for 5-spice. We're going to do 5-spice sweet potato muffins. Very excited. And then we're going to tackle lunch and dinner from the same Monday menu.
Right.
So it's your kitchen.
All right. So these are extremely easy.
Easy's good because I'm baking challenged, as you know. I'm not a very good baker.
So I prick my sweet potatoes and I put them in a hot oven for an hour at 400 degrees, and that's it. You can eat them, you can use them in, you know, tons of things. And while that's happening, you take gluten-free flour. I love Thomas Keller's version. Yeah. It's amazing. And just look on the back, because if it doesn't have xanthan gum in it, you want to add that. It's available at any store. It sounds weird.
It's on the baking aisle. It's there.
It's in the baking aisle. It just helps the flour, you know, have that nice yield that gluten has. So then we have baking powder, baking soda, salt. You know, when I'm making dinner, could you come over and do all this for me? So all the dishes.
Drop it all out.
It really works. Sure. I love this.
It's actually a shameless plug for my own products.
Okay, good. Rachael Ray, available. And this is the 5-spice, which is amazing.
5-spice is so delicious, and it's so balanced. It has pepper in it, it has cinnamon. And
walk and talk.
Walk and talk, walk and talk.
It smells, the smell is amazing.
Oh, God. With the sweet potatoes?
Yeah. So you take the sweet potatoes, and there's one, can you see in here? It's like a mashed up sweet potato. And I add maple syrup.
Yum. As an Adirondack girl, we are serious serious maple syrup lovers.
And you can use regular milk. I like to do all my baking totally dairy-free because a lot of gluten-free people want dairy-free, but you don't have, this is almond milk, but you can use...
I love the flavor of almond milk.
I do
delicious.
too.
Wonderful.
You can use any milk you want though. And this is some olive oil, so we get some fat in our muffins.
And it gives you a nice shiny coat and good skin.
That's true. So you just get it nice and mixed up. And then we'll add the dry...
You want a little bit of vanilla too?
Oh yeah, I forgot my vanilla. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
Goodness gracious.
There you
Fantastic.
go. A little vanilla.
And then we'll mix the dry.
I was even going to help her, but she didn't need it. She's like, showing off. Now get these out of the way so you can get to the pan.
Okay. Now this was the idea of your genius cooking staff to use an ice cream scooper.
Isn't that awesome? When you're making cupcakes or muffins?
Amazing.
You get identical portions for everybody. You don't end up in the end with some of them bubbling over and some of them being too short. It's awesome.
I'm stealing that idea for sure.
It's a good one.
Okay, so that's all mixed up, and now I'm going to take your ice cream
scooper.
Is this a Rachael Ray ice cream scooper?
No, but it will be soon.
Okay, good. Look how perfectly that goes in. This
Isn't
is
that
genius.
awesome? It's really fun and easy, and then it comes out exactly even all the time.
Amazing.
It's a good tip.
So we'll fill them up.
So we're going to fill them up and bake them off.
We'll bake them off, and they bake for about 20-25 minutes, depending on your oven. The last 5 minutes, it's nice to take them out. I brush the tops with maple syrup.
Yum.
So it gets that nice glaze to it.
Oh, I want to eat these so badly. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go find the ones that are done so that I can eat those during the break. You can grab yourselves a healthy snack.